Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's MNA's orientation webinar. We're happy you're here today, and we're going to go ahead and get started because we do have a lot to cover. My name is Sarah Pinder. I'm the Engagement Director at Michigan Nonprofit Association. And if you're a new member to MNA, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Our goal for today's webinar is to provide you with information about what your MNA benefits are and how you access them. We will be going quite quickly through the information, so don't feel like you have to write everything down. We'll show you where to find a recording of this webinar on the website, and also just hoping that you get a basic knowledge so that in a few months, if you're working on something for your nonprofit and you think one of our resources could help, that you know kind of where to come back to or where to reach out to MNA for support at that time. If you're not yet a member, it's okay too for you to be on this call today. A great way to figure out more about what's available. And if you are a business member, also we may need to talk offline to give you more information that's specific to businesses, as most of the information provided today is specific to our nonprofit members. So MNA was incorporated in 1990. We serve more than 750 member organizations statewide. We do this through capacity building, civic engagement, and public policy, three areas which you will definitely learn more about on today's webinar. As I mentioned, my name is Sarah. That's my picture there in the middle. I'm also joined by my colleague Mario today. He is taking your questions through the chat box and will be presenting later in the webinar. Our other colleague Bill is not on the call today, but he's a great resource for you to know. He's MNA's Strategic Growth Officer. As I mentioned, one of the ways that MNA supports the nonprofit sector is through public policy and advocacy. We do that by focusing on things that affect the entire nonprofit sector, things like tax policy, budget spending, and public and private collaborations. Of course, right now we're doing a lot of advocacy around the relief programs and things for nonprofits related to the COVID-19 crisis, so we'll be touching on that a few different times today in our webinar. My colleague Joan Gustafson is our lead on all of our policy work. If you're ever interested in talking with policy, certainly feel free to reach out to Joan. So now we're going to go ahead and switch over to the MNA website, which is where we will spend the majority of our time today, showing you again what what is available to you and how you can get access to all of your MNA member benefits. So now we're on the front page of the MNA website. And the first thing I always like to tell people to do when they come here is go ahead and log in as a member. When you signed up for your membership, you identified a primary and secondary contact. Those primary and secondary contacts would have received an email prompting them to set up a username and password. If that hasn't happened yet, feel free to reach out to us, or if you don't know your login information, all these tools underneath and all these hyperlinks underneath the login button can help you troubleshoot that. If you do use these forgot username or forgot password links, remember that you might need to check into your spam or junk folder to find those automated emails that get sent. But if you come here and log in, you're going to have access to all of your MNA member benefits right from the start. You won't have to be bothered with a login wall, etc. So it's just a good practice to get into. One note about your MNA membership is it is a organization-wide membership. So that means anyone in your organization can take advantage of the benefits. That includes key staff, board members, and even key volunteers. It's up to you as an organization how you want to manage that. You can have one username and password and share that amongst the appropriate people and have people log in that way. Or, and possibly preferably, you can set up additional accounts within your MNA membership account. So when you log in, like we just did, you're going to be taken to this member dashboard. There's some helpful links around here that I want to point out to you because they'll really help you maximize your benefits. First is this membership details. So this is where you'll see information on how, what information we have about your organization. So if your address changes, you would come in here to update that information. Scrolling down, you can see things that we collect, like numbers of volunteers, employees, etc. If you continue scrolling down, you'll get to this section that says contact. This is where you would add a new contact and give someone else permissions to access the benefits through your account. Again, so this is where you'd add additional staff, maybe even a board member, etc. You can assign permissions. Admin permissions obviously have the most, and can do things like pay your dues when that comes up. And speaking of that, that will be even further down on this page when it's time for you to renew. An opportunity will pop up here for you to pay right online, and you're able to do that. Ours looks a little funky. Yours will look much cleaner than that. But again, under membership details, you can do a lot. There's a second link over here, MNA member discount codes. Anytime you're trying to access a member event or maybe an online training and you need to get the member rate, you're going to want to log into here and get the discount. And then right from this page, you can click here to register for the event, but you want to know where the discount code pages are. This edit login profile link on the left, that will allow you to change your username and password. So change it to something that's easy for you to remember. Then it's one less step you have to do when going to log into the page. So that's some information about what's there on your member dashboard. We are going to spend most of our time here, membership and nonprofit resources. That's where all of your benefits are listed. But for right now, I'm going to scroll far over to the right side of our website and show you a few important things to know about. First is we do list all of our staff on this page, complete with emails and phone numbers. So again, please feel free to reach out to our staff now. We are all working remotely, so email is likely the best option to get in touch with staff. Also, make sure to check out and visit the Get Connected page. This shows you the best ways to connect with MNA. I encourage you to sign up for our e-newsletters. Our My Nonprofit News is every other week. This is our most general e-newsletter and one you should definitely be receiving. You can choose, we also have public policy action alerts, which of course go out when we need people to take action on things. And then we're going to talk later about our Job Center email that's also listed here. If you prefer social media, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So now I'm going to turn it over to Mario, who is going to tell us a little bit about our MNA technology services.
Hey, Sarah. Thanks for that. Hello, everyone. Sorry I didn't get a chance to introduce myself earlier. I had a small technical difficulty, but I'm glad to be here with you. So as Sarah mentioned, one of the ways MNA serves the nonprofit sector is through our technology services. The team here at MNA Tech is very knowledgeable and personable, and if you happen to be the accidental techie in your office and maybe you don't want to continue being that sole resource, or there's something needed like tech related, consider reaching out to MNA Tech. They assist with things like technology planning, managing your servers, and various other technological related items. The team is extremely helpful and can even be reached through a direct hotline for those unexpected problems that spring up around the office. More details can be found under that technology services tab that Sarah mentioned earlier on the page in front of you on our webpage. I'm going to bounce back over to her to review our civic engagement.
Thanks, Mario. As I mentioned at the top of the webinar, one of the ways that we serve the nonprofit sector is through civic and community engagement. One of the biggest things that we're doing right now in this space, of course, is around the Census 2020. Hopefully you've received your census. Even bigger hope that maybe you've filled it out and are already done with it. And you've encouraged your family and friends and constituents to fill it out. But this is so important for nonprofits in 2020 for two different reasons. One is monetarily. Many social service programs and grants and federal money that comes into the state that support things like education programs and medical access to medical care, as well as food assistance and support for youth. All of that is figured by the census numbers, and the numbers that we count in 2020 will be used for the next 10 years. So that's a really good reason to fill out your census. Second of all, it also affects our state's representation at the national level. So the number of representatives that we have in the House of Representatives is determined by our census count. So again, please consider sharing information with your constituents about the Be Counted campaign. There's a ton of information that MNA has available. If you're following us on social media, I'm sure you've seen some of it. And that's still incredibly important. It's a great activity to do right now when a lot of people have a little extra time and are at home, but should be important regardless of that. We also sponsor an Americorps Vista program. This puts Vista volunteers in nonprofits around the state for 1 year of service. So if you're interested in learning more about that, it's a great opportunity for nonprofits to become host sites and for individuals to become Vista members. I'm going to scroll one other tab over to research and publications and tell you about some of the things that MNA has available. First is our Nonprofit Compensation and Benefit Report. This is a publication that MNA makes every 2 years. It starts with a survey of the nonprofit sector where we ask lots of different questions about who nonprofits employ in regards to what positions they have, how much they're paying those people, what they're offering in benefits, even things down to number of vacation days, and etc. What we're able to do with that data is turn around and produce it into this report and put it back into the sector. In this instance of the report, there are actually about 78 different positions that are highlighted in this report, meaning if you're a nonprofit leader and you're going to hire someone and you want some historical data on what that position is generally being paid, this is a really great tool for that. So you can even drill down by geography and position and type of organization. So for instance, if you're an arts organization in Southeast Michigan, and you're looking to hire a development director, you can find information that is that specific in this report. We have a discount for members, $165 versus non-members is $270, and you can purchase it right from this page. Right below that is our Michigan Nonprofit Management Manual. This is one of my favorite resources to talk about. It is a pretty big book. It's about 600 pages long. If you purchase it right now, you're going to get a digital copy first, and when we're back to working from our office, we will mail you the hard copy. But it is just a really practical resource. It covers a lot of different topics such as governance, fundraising, insurance, human resources, etc. It's a great reference tool for nonprofit leaders, and it's easy to use because it has this really awesome table of contents in the front and an index in the back. You can get that at the discounted price for members for $75. Non-member is $95. As you can see here, there's quite a few publications on this page. I'm not going to talk about all of them. I will mention our salary visualization tool. This is a new benefit that's only available to MNA members, and it pulls data from that compensation and benefit report and allows you to look at the data in a lot of different models and ways, and can help you drill down that data for your specific region. So check out the salary visualization tool. It's got some pretty neat online data tools that you can use. I'm scrolling all the way down to this bottom of this page to point out two more items. First is our MNA Links magazine. This magazine is sent quarterly and will be mailed to your organization. You can also access archives here, but that just covers some hot topics and things that are relevant to the nonprofit sector. And a little further down from that, if you are interested in getting involved with advocacy, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes, check out this Michigan Primer. This is a free download, and it really is like nonprofit advocacy 101. It's easy to read. It's a great resource for reference. So check out this research and publications page. It's very helpful. I'm going to continue over here, one more menu to the left, and go to our advocacy tab. Now, as you know, we're all dealing with an unprecedented situation when it comes to COVID-19. And MNA is certainly out there advocating and supporting nonprofits. So usually when I'm in this section, I'm talking a lot about the general advocacy that we do for the state and for the sector. But today I'm going to spend a little bit of time just sharing with you that we have a ton of COVID-19 related resources on this page. You can see they're split into sections here that hopefully make things a little bit easier to find. Last week, we started some learning opportunities via webinar. Our first one was on Friday, around the federal assistance programs that are available to nonprofits. So speaking of advocacy, to have nonprofits included in these stimulus packages and be able to apply for some of the loans that have only traditionally been for small business, that was a really huge advocacy effort and a big win when it comes to advocacy. So definitely know that we're out there, both the state and the federal level, working to help you be able to have access to that. In addition to helping you understand that, as I mentioned, we've had a couple of webinars. Last week we started on the 10th. This was a great learning opportunity. We have two more webinars coming up. Wednesday and Friday, we were showing those on the PowerPoint before today's webinar started. But if you want to sign up to get more information on anything related to those federal grant and loan programs, certainly make sure that you're doing that for the second one, which is tomorrow, and the third one, which is Friday morning. But please spend a little time on this site if there's something you need, or reach out to us. MNA definitely wants to hear what is challenging your organization during this time. So again, we can continue to inform the advocacy and policy work that we're doing on behalf of nonprofits in the state. There's other links on this menu too. I'd encourage you to check out the Michigan Nonprofit Caucus. That's a bipartisan, bicameral group at the state level that helps to support nonprofit advocacy. And if you're in Southeast Michigan, you might want to check out the Public Policy Council, which is an opportunity for you to attend as well. Alrighty, now, as I said, we're gonna be over here in this membership tab. First thing here is Nonprofit Job Center, and to tell you a little bit more about that, I'm gonna turn it back over to Mario.
Thanks again, Sarah. So as she mentioned, we're going to be under the membership tab. This is where you can find additional information about our Nonprofit Job Center. This is one of our most popular features available to the public as well as to our members. It's frequently used. There are different ways that you can interact with the Job Center. The first way is if you're a job seeker, you can go ahead and click on what jobs are available by scrolling down and clicking on current postings. You can sort through these options. Let's see. Yep, there you go. Yep, and you can sort by through these options by a couple of different key features. By category, you can narrow it down to your desired search parameters and hopefully find something that's closer to your liking for what you're searching. The Nonprofit Job Center is also great for nonprofit leaders who are looking to hire someone in Michigan. All you gotta do is click on the submission form and go ahead and fill out that form for us online. We'll wait for it to pop up. just ask a couple key information about the job description, as well as information about your contact. The rates are $75 for current members for a single 30-day posting, and it's $165 for non-members. That does include a logo usage. We strongly encourage you to post any opportunities you have available with our job center, because it does have a broad audience, and so we certainly hope that you can advertise your opportunities. Another way you can stay engaged with the Job Center is by getting signed up for the weekly email blast that goes out every Friday morning. I think we touched on it a little bit earlier, and the way you can find that information is going to who we are, click on Get Connected, and that'll take you over to our opportunities to sign up for the e-newsletters. Once you're there, you can go ahead and select the newsletter of choice under the Michigan Nonprofit Job Center, and make sure that your information is accurate, and click submit, and you will start receiving our correspondence that way. Advertising with us is also a great opportunity to go through our e-newsletters. And for the Job Center, we have about 6,000 subscriber base that receives the Job Center email each week, and we have about 18,000 unique page views a month. So it's a great way to advertise your opportunities with our online audience. Now, I'll hand it back over to Sarah once again to talk a little bit more about your additional M&A benefits.
Thank you, Mario. Now we're going to go right back to this membership tab and click on nonprofit resources. You will see a chart, and this is where all of your M&A member benefits are listed. At the top is that salary visualization tool that I mentioned earlier, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about that. Second, down here below in the fundraising and finance support section is free access to Grantstation. Grantstation is one of your largest M&A member benefits, and you should definitely check it out if you're not familiar with it already. You get free access to to Grantstation. It is an online database of current grant opportunities. In order to get to it, you have to log in through our website and then follow the prompts to click through to Grantstation. Once you're on Grantstation's page, you will see up here at the top of their homepage, welcome Sarah Pinder, you'll see your name, and you'll know that you're logged in and you can access any of their tools. As you can see here, Grantstation is a wonderful partner, and in this orange bar near the top, they have a huge listing of funding opportunities in regards to COVID-19. So check that out if that's something you're in need of. I'm going to show you one part of their website that's really the main service they provide. Under searchable listings, I'm going to choose U.S. Charitable Giving Database. This is where they list the current grant opportunities. And you'll see over here on the right is where I would choose my search parameters. I'm going to do that. It's going to update in real time, so it looks a little funky on your screen. But I'm going to say that I'm in Michigan, because of course we are, and that I'm looking for grants that will help support arts, culture, and humanity. We know how important that is, especially right now. And then I'm going to pick a type of support. I'm going to say I want general operating support. So you can see with these three search criteria, I have now gotten 53 results. The results here are populated on the left, and what it shows you is the grant maker. Now, you can click on the name of the grant maker and get even more information about that grant maker. So when I clicked on 3M Corporate Giving, I'm going to see what they provide. They even list what they're not funding. They list the communities that they serve. They list, okay, every year they give about $66 million out, et cetera, et cetera. So each organization or each funder has their own profile like this, and you can just get a wealth of information from it to help you in your grant search. Also check out other things on their site like the Writing Proposals tab that has great information for some professional development. So check out Grantstation, don't want to miss that. I'm going to go back over here to nonprofit resources and continue to show you these. The foundation directory online, This is another searchable grants database. It is a subscription-based service, and with your MNA membership, you would receive a 15% discount. This Finance Unlocked for Nonprofits is a series of web videos that are meant to teach Finance 101 for nonprofits, a great onboarding tool for maybe new nonprofit staff or board members. Pretty entertaining too, as they were done with a CPA and an improv actor. Card Connect offers credit card processing discounts, so that's a great service if you're looking for a new vendor in that area. Under this next section of free and discounted education, we do offer free and discounted events, such as our webinars that are coming up this week. If you click on here, it will take you to the events webpage. Or the event calendar. You can also get to this calendar right from the front page of MNA's website. And you will see right now, we have a lot of events on our calendar related to COVID-19. As I mentioned, we're recording today's webinar, and you can click here to get this webinar and others that are available on this webinar archive. MNA does have a diversity, inclusion, and equity assessment that is good for nonprofits to take an internal look at how their organization is doing in these areas. So if you're interested in that, click here to learn more about that, or reach out to me directly. I'm actually the lead on that project, so I would be happy to talk with you more about it. MindEdge is a group that we partner with to offer online learning. You can see here they have a lot of different course offerings, everything from budgeting to grant writing, fundraising, etc. These are really affordable. They usually range from about $79 to $150. And that's a great way to share your M&A benefits with other people in your organization. Maybe there's a MindEdge course that they would be interested in taking. We also have a document library, which you can find information on volunteer management, some communications and finance-related information, etc. The next few resources we have are focused on continuing education. We do work with All Campus that provides discounts on higher education for M&A nonprofit members. Our friends at Independent Sector, which is a great national organization that provides capacity building support and advocacy for nonprofits. They've developed this principles tool, and that can be downloaded for free. I've talked about the management manual and the Links magazine already, so I'm going to continue to scroll down. As you can see, we do partner with some of the largest educational institutions in the state. University of Michigan Dearborn offers a 20% tuition discount for M&A members. Oakland University provides a 25% discount on their certificate for nonprofit management. MSU provides 2 nonprofit scholarships for their EMBA program. So if you're interested in that, that's a really amazing opportunity, and I'd encourage you to check that out. The M&A member benefit there is if you are interested in applying for that program, they will waive the application fee. Davenport University provides a 20% tuition discount, and New Horizons for learning about computers offers a 10 to 20% discount as well. The next section here is managing HR. Nonstop Wellness is a self-funded healthcare provider option for organizations with more than 50 employees receiving benefits. So if that's you, Nonstop Wellness is definitely interesting, and I'd encourage you to take a look at their offering. We also partner with Mutual of America, and they waive their administrative fees for organizations with $1 million or less in their retirement plans. They're a great partner as well. We already talked about the Job Center and the compensation and benefit reports. I'm going to scroll past those. I also want to acknowledge that we're getting really close to 3:30. We probably have about 5 to 6 minutes more of content. I encourage you to stay on if possible, but if not, you know where to find the recording. Consolation Hr is a HR and performance and compensation management system. It's really great if you're managing a lot of employees and need some way to coordinate those, merit-based raises, as well as just tracking goals and progress throughout the year. Verified Volunteers offers discounted background checks. Their system is unique in the sense that background checks can be shared among community organizations. So if you have a volunteer that works at that volunteers at the hospital and also with the Girl Scouts, they can share the background check between those two community organizations. Paychecks offers a 35% discount with payroll services. If you don't have director and officer liability insurance, we would definitely strongly encourage you to get that, and our local partner, Lyman and Sheets, can help get you a quote on that. And as I mentioned, or as we talked about earlier today, we have some great resources in technology if that's a need for your organization. So to close us out, I'm going to turn it back over to Mario to talk about this Making Connections section.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah. So MNA offers 3 different types of memberships. We offer nonprofit, business, and career development. Because of this, we do have a variety of businesses, both small and large, that are part of our grander statewide network. One of your featured MNA benefits is complete access to our business marketplace directory, which is a great resource for nonprofits seeking specific services from those who are experts in the sector. If you go ahead and click on the business marketplace, it'll open up into a database searchable form where you can review information and contact information about business members in the network that are happy to serve you. Please note that we strongly suggest that you still perform your own due diligence before hiring or contracting any of the businesses found through the search. It's always good to vet people. Another great feature that you have available to you, much like the great business marketplace tool, is our nonprofit member directory, which provides all of the contact information of the nonprofits within our network. Through this exclusive resource, you can make additional connections and potentially collaborate on joint efforts or projects in your region. If you're a nonprofit leader seeking to reach some of our business members with specific needs, the request for proposal distribution feature can be very helpful. Just complete the short form and your submission will be distributed to a variety of businesses who have identified services in those key areas of your inquiry. It's a great tool, so please take advantage of it. Another great feature that we have available is the Trusted Partners and Resources document. This is a document resource that opens into a new tab or downloads automatically depending on your device and provides contact information for some of our most trusted partners within the nonprofit sector, both at the state and national level for different types of organizations. Some of this quick reference information includes the National Council of Nonprofits and the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs, otherwise known as LARA. It's a helpful guide for navigating some of the institutions in the nonprofit sector. MNA also has a considerable statewide following as well as a growing online presence. So advertising with us is a great platform to broadcast your upcoming events, programming, or general opportunities. You can find more details about our specific packages by reviewing the options found on the Advertising and Sponsorship Opportunities page on our website. As well, another great resource that we have is the Capacity Building Center Network. This list provides more details about the 11 organizations and centers around Michigan that provide capacity building services to other nonprofits. Through this collaboration, the Michigan nonprofit sector continues to grow healthier and stronger while helping organizations better serve their clients and achieve their mission. So we would encourage you to connect with any of the nonprofits listed there for additional resources, trainings, or opportunities. Thank you for being on the webinar today and welcome to MNA. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly or Sarah with any additional MNA questions or concerns. Sarah, I don't know if you want to include one last goodbye.
Just appreciate people joining on today and stay safe and healthy out there.
Yep, take care everyone. Bye-bye.